Have you ever caught yourself thinking, why do I feel so anxious all of the time? Well, you wouldn't be alone. Anxiety is one of the most common mental health challenges that people face today, and it can be really confusing and sometimes really frightening when those feelings won't go away. First of all, it's important to recognise that anxiety itself is not unusual and it is part of being human. Anxiety acts as your body's natural alarm system, which is supposed to keep you safe from danger. The racing heart, the quick breathing, the tension in the body, all of these are signals that thousands of years ago would have got our ancestors ready to fight a wild animal or to potentially run away from it. The problem is that modern life rarely has these dangerous wild animal incidents, but our body still reacts to stresses, things like deadlines, money issues, or family worries, in exactly the same way. It treats them as if they are life-threatening. And given the complexity of the modern world, it's no surprise that so many people feel so anxious so much of the time. So let's talk about some common causes of ongoing anxiety, things that make this kind of perfectly natural reaction something a little bit more constant. So it could be stress overload when you've been carrying too many responsibilities for too long. It could also be uncertainty, worrying about the future or whether you're good enough for it. It can be past experiences where old trauma or patterns from childhood make us feel more sensitive to threats. And it could also simply just be biology. Some of us are just more prone to anxiety than others. But the key thing to recognise here is that none of these make you weak. They simply make you human. So, what can we do to help when anxieties are overwhelming us? Well, first off, there are grounding techniques. Now, these are designed to really put yourself in the present moment, to stop thinking too much about the past or about the future. And something you can do here is focus on each of your 5 senses and try and pick out a number of different things that you can sense with each at each moment. For example, you might think of 5 things you can see, and then try 4 things that you can touch, and then 3 things you can smell. All of these bring your mind back to the present moment and take it away from spiraling into anxiety. Then there's breathing slowly. Taking deep, steady breaths can calm the nervous system and help signal to your body that you are safe. Then there's talking to someone that you trust. Now, it's an absolute classic, but a problem shared really can be a problem halved, and it can be a really good way to break that cycle of overthinking. Then there are the self-care basics, the classics: sleeping well, eating well, and regularly taking exercise. All of these provide a much stronger basis for your body and your mind to be able to cope. And if your anxiety feels constant or overwhelming, then reaching out to a counsellor, a GP, or any other sort of professional can be a really good way to get some solid techniques in place. So, feeling anxious doesn't mean you're broken, and it certainly doesn't mean you are alone. It is a perfectly natural, perfectly normal human response that has just gotten a tiny bit too loud in that specific moment. And with the right support and the right techniques, it can quieten down again. So, if you've been asking yourself, why do I feel so anxious all the time? Maybe the first step is recognizing that you are not the only one, and that help in different forms is available out there. At Astranti, we create courses and resources for people looking to become mental health professionals, but also just looking to understand a little bit more about their own mental health and their own mind. If you'd like to explore this further, take a look at our counselling programs.